Ambassador Shariot, Senator Luger, DCM Rieken, Councillor Beerlacher, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. We are delighted that you have come to join us to celebrate the official opening of our national home and the German-American Heritage Museum of the USA in Washington, D.C. And we look forward to seeing all of you inside a little bit later. Now, without further ado, let's do the deed. And I guess
we all do it on one.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Very good.
What do you think? Huh?
We are also honored to have with us Andreas Rieken from the Austrian Embassy. He's the DCM.
Senator Luger, President Deichmann, Rüdiger Lenz, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the German-American Heritage Museum. This is a day of joy. I think it is very fitting that you really put this home here in Washington, because here in Washington, the capital of the country, you have all these many museums, you have many people coming, you have many visitors, you have school classes, and so I think it is good that it's here. And I also think it's a strike of luck that you could get Hockemeyer Hall, because this is a very special place, and I think it is a nice place to have the German-American Heritage Museum here. The Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, Berlin, March 19, 2010. Message of greeting on the occasion of the opening of the German-American Heritage Museum. I would like to convey my warmest greetings to you on the occasion of the opening of the German-American Heritage Museum. You all know of the close cultural bonds between the United States of America and Germany. The roots of our two countries' partnership and friendship reach far back in time. Ever since the first German immigrants arrived over 400 years ago, millions of Germans have followed, contributing to the development of the United States of America in business, politics, art, and science. That they now have their own museum in Washington to pay tribute to those achievements is truly cause for joy. It goes without saying that every friendship needs steady nurturing. I am therefore very glad that the German-American Museum will present not only the history of German immigration to America, but also a picture of contemporary Germany. This will also foster greater familiarity with each other beyond mutual acquaintance. The German-American Heritage Foundation of the United States undoubtedly deserves great credit for preserving German cultural traditions in the United States and establishing this museum in Washington. And for that, I'm very grateful. So let me wish the foundation and the museum much continued success in its effort to preserve and foster our common cultural heritage. I hope all of you, the participants and guests, greatly enjoy the opening and, of course, above all, the new museum. Angela Merkel. Thank you very much.
I thank you so much for
joining this celebration today, for honoring me by including me in the ceremony. I feel very, very much a part of the German-American heritage. And I would add just one final thought that really has already been enunciated so well. When President Reagan spoke of the Germans, and others have as a matter of fact, they made the point that I might have made about my home city of Indianapolis. The Germans were perhaps the most prominent persons who came from Europe or from any other place in terms of numbers and the contribution they made to our politics and our community. But unlike many other groups in our city who are distinguished, they did not identify themselves as Germans. The fact is, very rapidly, they became the leaders. They were citizens of Indianapolis. They were citizens of Indiana, Hoosiers, we called them, and did not feel denigrated by such a term. This is important in our politics, that there has not been a distinct group of persons who said, well, we really need to be dealt with as some kind of persons and Americans. We are Americans, but we are proud of our German heritage. And all of us of American heritage are very proud of our German heritage. I thank you so much.
And now, we strove for many, many years to establish a heritage museum. Many of our former board members have had a very important part in this. It took a while. We at one time had grandiose plans, but I think fortunately we decided we needed to get down to earth and stay within certain budgets. And although this is not very grandiose, but it's a very modest museum, and you will find as you go around there's a lot of things packed into it. And Rüdiger Lenz indeed has done an outstanding job in the last 3 months putting this together.
Let me start with some words of thanks to all of those who have been contributed to this tremendous outcome, which I'm very proud of. And we finished 1.5 hours before you came today. These last 3 months have been something to every one of us. First and foremost to a very gifted designer, Nicole Hamann, who every crazy idea of myself put into something visible. And that says something. Nina Kein, a very gifted marketing and experienced texter, and my closest collaborator. Thank you to you both. Without you, we wouldn't have made it. My thanks goes to the German embassy, not only to the ambassador, but to you as well, but also to all your departments who have been not only contributed, but who have supported us over the past years. The GIC, Bernd von Münchepohl, the political department, cultural department. And I just try to stretch out my hand and say, don't give up on us. Continue to do that. We need you as you might need us. We are an open window to Germany of today, as we just have heard from the Chancellor's message to us, and we'd like to be that in the future. So take us as good and reliable partners. Also my thanks go to our partners, which you will later on see by walking around this wonderful media kiosk there. Even before we existed, we had partners, very strong partners in Germany. The German National Tourist Board, Aline Weber today is here today to represent the German National Tourist Board. They are part of this endeavor. Then Ballingstadt and Hamburg Marketing. Then the Auswandererhaus. Before we even started, we found friends there with whom we will work in the future. And this, I think, is a great, let's say, proof of the trust they put in us. And we would live up to that trust. Bremerhaven, Deutsche Welle. I have to mention Deutsche Welle not because I'm coming from Deutsche Welle, but because my intendant, CEO, so to speak, Mr. Erich Bettermann, was gracious enough to give me that much leverage in the last couple of years to work for you, Bernd Deichmann, and the Executive Committee on a pro bono basis. And Deutsche Welle, which is an open window not only into the world, but also into America, for all things German, cultural, political, economically. Deutsche Welle is a strong partner of this museum and will stay as a strong partner. And my successor, Miodrag Soric, who today is representing Deutsche Welle here, will keep that trust and keep that that message, and we will stay in close cooperation. Another success is that from the very first beginning we found that American institutions like Ellis Island, who is by far the largest institution representing European and worldwide immigrants to the United States, Ellis Island is also our collaborator and our partner. We are even thinking about giving Ellis Island the opportunity to open up a temporary exhibit in the capital, which they don't have an outlet here. So you see, we can work for others as well. And now I have the honor to say, we are here in Washington, D.C. So let me just read the message from Mayor Fenty. As Mayor of the District of Columbia, I am pleased to extend a warm welcome to the German American Heritage Museum of the USA on the occasion of the grand opening. We are honored that our city was selected to inform and educate the American public about the history and many contributions by German immigrants to the development and growth of the United States. This new museum will be a welcome addition to the variety and vibrancy of the Penn QUarter neighborhood and provides another destination museum for our residents, for our guests and visitors from around the world. On behalf of the residents of the District of Columbia, I thank you for sharing your rich ethnic and cultural traditions with us. Adrian Fenty, given on March 19, 2010. And now I'm coming to the exhibition which some of you strolled through at the very beginning. So this is the narrative side, the timeline. Then backwards there, and I have to say a word of thank you also not only to the Nordöstlicher Sängerbund, but to the Washington Sängerbund and Ben Wenzel as well, its president. We tell the story, and I have been talking with the ambassador many times about the large contribution of Germans bringing their music to America. The Puritans were not allowed to sing, but the Germans came with their Lutheran church songs. And after church, they went to the pub, and they had a little bit different songs, but still they sang. And those songs have been nurturing American culture, and we put a small exhibit about their contribution and the still existing choruses. This is a great culture and tradition in America. And I think we try to do something to make this being continued in the future. Thank you. Thank you.